Alright, let's get started. One second, the lighting is off. We just. How's that? Do I look white now? Okay, and you'll notice that I'm speaking a little far away from my mic, which is good. And a bunch of YouTube analytics. I don't want you guys to see that. Alright, so let's get started. Today what we are going to be doing is we're going to be creating my game engine and yeah, of course we're going to be creating my game engine. And what I want to add today in my engine is a class from which I can start importing a bunch of assets however I want them. And I want it to be a Singleton class because it was requested by a friend. So let's open Serial Engine and let's wait for like the hour or two. Hello, am I audible? Can you hear me? It was requested by a friend. So let's open Serial. Bro check कर मैं मुझे आ रही है यहाँ पे आवाज़ स्ट्रीम में. Can you hear me? Bro तू ही म्यूट किया होगा. ठीक है. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say shift. One sec. I didn't clean up today. I'm so sorry guys. So I'm going to do Shift Alt C and I'm going to create a new class, and this class will be called Asset Loader with an underscore. There's no spaces allowed. But do I want there to be a space? No. I'll just call it Loader. I don't want to use like big names that I'll get confused about. One sec. Don't want you to look at my trash either. Alright, so in our loader class what we're going to be doing is let's start off by implementing our singleton pattern, and the way we want to do it is we want to have a handle to our class itself. So let's have a loader star what do you call it, instance. Actually this should be private. So there are two ways to have a singleton class. Either like you do what I did and make everything static. So what happens then is like there's no point in creating the class. It's a purely static class, virtual class. I don't know, either or. That's my loader. Or you can do what I'm going to do now. So in our private we'll also have our constructor. And in public what we're going to do is we're going to say we want a function called loader, and it returns a loader, and what I want it to do is I want it to be called instance, and it first checks if instance has any value in it yet. Sorry. And wait, this should be static. So if instance exists, so if instance does not exist, then we say that we want to create a new instance. So instance is equal to new loader, and then we return the instance. Ki hal chal, sat shri akal paji. So this is pretty much all you need for this. But you haven't been able to hear me this whole time? Abhinav, check your speaker. And Shubham, please tell me if you can hear me. This is going to be very embarrassing. Shubham, do you want to respond? Whatever. Until somebody tells me. Shubham, do you want to respond? Right, I can hear myself. I don't know why you can't hear me. Yeah, see, Shubham can hear me. There's a problem with your video. I don't know. So let's just let me just show you how the Singleton works now. Audio is very much clear. See, let's call it. What should we call it? I don't know. Print something. And what it's gonna do is it's gonna say stdc out something and a new line. So for that, what we need is we need to include IOStream. IOStream. A good thing I'm hiding my notifications, isn't it? The person who sent me that notification knows very well why. Alright, so let's say I'm in my application. One second. One second. Do I still have audio issues?
When Google launched Gmail.
One second. Alright, let's see if somebody else also has the problem. If Abhinav, you are alone in this, then it's your fault. Alright, so when our application is running, let's say I didn't include it, did I? Let's come here, let's include my loader. So I'll include loader.h and I'll save this. And every frame that I run, I'll just show you how this would work. One sec. It's a pointer, right? So print something, and it's gonna give me an error because this is not static. Shubham knows what's up. Okay, let me run. Where there were build errors. Oh, right. Can't believe it ran before, and now that I fix my code, now it stops running. We will do null. And we don't need static. What we do need is loader : just 2 colons. So this is like a very simple way of implementing Singleton. Sometimes what people like to do is they create a separate Singleton class. It should be printing something as soon as the window opens. Look at that, it's printing something, even though I didn't actually create an object. And if for some reason I said Where's application.cv? So if I have like two different functions, it's gonna say print something and print something else, and just print something else. So what this is gonna do is I'm gonna just copy and paste it here. What do you want? So now when I print something else, what's going to happen is can't load the link you sent. Oh, a bunch of people are having problems. Let me check. Okay, I might have to restart the stream. So what this is gonna do is I'm gonna just okay, first of all, I don't know why it keeps opening that. So right, so it's printing something and then something else, but it's creating, but ideally, like, I mean, if you read it like this, it seems like I'm creating a new instance every time, right? So what happens is it's gonna say, okay, let's go into the loader. I want to call this function, and if I have access to an instance, so it's just going to return me an instance. This, so it's going to return me whatever object it has created, and if it hasn't created an object, it'll create it and then it'll return it to me. Je baat. Nice. Alright, so what we wanted was we wanted to create, what I said I was going to do is I'm going to create an object loader. So the basic object that I wanted to create was a mesh. So by default, when I go to application.cpp, I say m is equal to new mesh and then m setup mesh. Now I don't want to do that, that's a lot of steps. What I want ideally is for to say m is equal to, what is m equal to? Where is m? M is static. Why? Okay, first of all, m should not be static. I'm gonna stick to it though. So I want to call m.draw, right? And before it I want to say, yes, so when I'm loading, what I want to do is, like right before I run, I say m is equal to loader, let's call it load mesh, and we need to give it a file location ideally. I'm saying ideally because I might not do it. So let's call it resources, and let's call it meshes, meshai. I don't know, it's one of them. And remember the cube we created in Blender? I deleted it, so I'm gonna have to create it again. And I also forgot all the settings that I did, so I'm gonna have to remember. So let's export it as a .obj. Do we include meshes? No. Do we apply modifiers? No. Do we write normals? No. We'll apply it later, fine. Do we include UVs? The hell is UV? No, we write material. Then do we polygon for object as obj? What? I don't know what those settings are. Then let's go to Visual Studio 2019. No. Let's just save it in desktop and then I'll move it later. So /desktop, and we save it as cube.obj, and we export this. So our work with Blender is done. Let's discard the changes and let's check out our desktop. We should have a cube.obj right here. It's at the top left corner for some reason. So what we are going to do is, where did Visual Studio go? Right. So we want to give it our location now. And to check how we give it our location, we can look at our shader. We said resources/shader and then the shader name. So we're gonna say, where it go? Over here. Resources/meshes/cube.obj. So I've called the function, but I haven't written it yet. So let me do that now. So it's going to return a mesh. So I should include mesh.h. It's a bit hard to watch. Sorry. Sorry, was the size too small for you guys? One sec. Okay, so till now all I've done is I've created a Singleton class and explained how I'm going to call it. Now I'm actually going to create the function that I want to call. So let's say I want to return a mesh, or do I want to return a pointer to a mesh? I want to return a pointer to a mesh. I always return pointers and stuff because it's just more convenient for me. One sec. So let's call it load mesh, and it takes an std string. It's going to be called file path. Now here's the thing, I never remember how to open and close files. So what I like to do is I just write it once and then I copy paste it and move it around. So when we go to shader.cpp, you can see I haven't included anything. Where is it? We need stream and stream and IO stream. Fine. So we're gonna include this here. Sorry. And now the way we open files is we say, okay, so we open an if stream, we give it the path to open, and then we read the buffer and then we close it, and then we use str. So what we should be doing right now is let's return a new mesh and let's have it figure it out how we want it to do that. So what do we want to do now? std stream mesh file, then mesh file dot open, and what we want to open is the file path with a capital P. So what's gonna happen is nothing. I have to create an std stream, right? Stream. What the hell did I do over here? Oh, it's a string stream, like you have to spell it out. There has to be a better way. 1 second. So I have written it in a different way. I don't remember what it is because I wrote it like a few years ago. Last year. Where is anything? Is it in settings? No. Yeah, get component, and that's weird. So here I created an entity component system. This is different. Application. I feel like I opened the wrong project. It's possible. So let's open the right one. So what happened was I was working on creating my own Vulkan engine. Yeah, you can see utilities right here. So how do I do it over here? Mesh star load mesh. Yeah, I'm gonna copy this. Then I'm gonna explain it line by line. Like, what? Oh, that's a different function. Never mind. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna paste it here. So let's go over what this is basically. I need all this now. So when I was working on this on my other engine a couple of years ago, a year ago, what I did was I loaded up all the vertices and the indices, and then let me show you what the file looks like to give you some clarity. And obviously it's not gonna work. Open with code. So I hope you guys can see this. So when I create a cube, it gives me all these vertex coordinates. Oh, that's what the no, what is this? Vertex texture. Text coordinates. Oh, these are probably texture coordinates. Never mind. So this here is my vertex coordinate, and this is my face. So like how many triangles it takes to make one face, like this. That's one face. So let me have it be on the side. Go be on the side, more on the side. A little too much on the side. Yeah, that's better. Slightly. Make constructor private. 1 second. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm gonna say in file is change it to file path. So when I'm loading this mesh, what I did was I created a bunch of vectors for the texture indices as well. I don't have texture coordinates just yet, so I'll just get rid of all this. I don't have normals either. I won't keep them. String stream ss in file line prefix, that's fine. Ooh, I did error handling. That's new for me. Live challenge for you, sir. Make a constructor private and call it. Okay, see what you're explaining is the Singleton went in the wrong monitor. Sorry. So that's what the Singleton design pattern is. So as you can see over here, I have my constructor over here. It's in private, and then I created a wrapper function called instance. So what this does is it checks if it has already created as an object and placed it in a static variable, and if it hasn't, then it's going to just place it in the object and then return that, or it's just going to directly skip over this and return it to me from main. Okay, let's call it from main. Void print something. So let's say cd cout something something and a cd end line. So when I go to main, what I just want to do is I've actually included it in application.h, so I don't need to include it over here. I can just call loader print something, and it won't work because it's not a static function, right? So what I say is instance arrow print something. This should work. No, it won't, because there's a lot of build errors. So fine, stick around, I'll fix these errors and then I'll get back to you. What the hell is text? Oh, that was a list I created. I'll explain what I'm doing later. Okay, so now when I run this, print something else. Can I not remove these? Illegal oh right, sorry. See, I corrected myself in main, but I still forgot to do this. So my mesh will probably, okay, wow. Hey, but it printed something. So caddy challenge completed. I should have read that error, shouldn't I? Debug assertion failed. Vector subscript out of range. Stop! I shouldn't have clicked retry. Stop! Fine. Yeah, I don't want to look at vector. So let's open Blender again. And this time I'm not going to close it. Oh no. Don't look at my Bluetooth settings, please. I'm just gonna secretly close it. So we create a cube by deleting everything else, and then we export as wavefront obj. Yo, you did it, thanks. Damn, I need 100 euros. If you can give it to me, I don't know what I'll do, but I'll do something. So I just unselect everything and just click triangular faces. Yo, you did it. Yes, I did, and you missed it. So I hope you are regretting it right now. Because I am. I forgot where I saved it. I hope I saved it on desktop. I didn't save it on desktop. I'm just gonna save it again. I can go to documents and save it there, but I don't want you guys to look. I'm a very shy person, and my documents are very private to me. You can find which all games I've torrented. So I'm just gonna replace this. So now when I look at it, yeah, look at that. It's the exact same. तो अपना एड्रेस भेज, मैं भेज देता हूँ अभी के अभी. कम ऑन, एड्रेस इन द चैट जस्ट नाउ. Saw a message just now. Fine, I'll show you in a hot minute. What is this? I don't think I need this. I'm gonna close it. Obviously, now that I've closed it, I'm gonna need it right now. So I'm gonna come here. No, I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna say, I don't need all this then. Don't even need a switch statement. Or the break. We just need temp glint. What the hell? Oh, because of this. Okay, I'm still having my assertion fail. If I sorry. I'm sorry, Visual Studio. Please just close when you find an error. Okay, so the way I've created my Singleton class is, at first I created my private stuff. I said create a static loader instance. So it's a pointer to itself. And then just the constructor. I hid it in private just so that I don't accidentally create an object. And then I created this function. This function is like the main meat of the Singleton class. And what it does is I say, give me this variable. But if this variable doesn't have an object in it, create an object and put it in. That's it. It's like pretty simple. And then on Caddy's challenge, I said, oh, I'm gonna call print something from main. Then I printed it. Not gonna remove it yet. The hell is what? Okay, yeah, continue. So in such cases, what I like to do is I like to say, let's print everything. So let's use a for each loop, and where have I stored it? I have stored it in vert and vert indices. So for auto v in vert, we'll say v dot x, then a space, and let's put a colon so that I know that I did put a space. V dot y. Oh, it's not going to be in, it's going to be colon. All my C# users know what's up. And v dot z, and we're just going to say end line. Okay, so my indices seem to be correct. An hour prior. Yeah, you're right. I kind of forgot to do it. Like, I remembered in my head that I have to go live, but I forgot to like tell anybody until 5 minutes early, like prior. Vert indices. Oh, and it's just an integer. So, but I want to print it side by side, like the file. Int count is equal to 0, and let's print this, and then print a colon, and then we do count plus plus if count greater than 3, we say, what do we say? We print a new line, std cout std end line. You might not learn anything from my stuff, but you'll at least know how to debug code. What the hell is this? What fresh hell is this? Oh, it's because I am dumb. I created the variable and I put it in the list, but I didn't put anything in the variable. Okay, so temp glint. Look at that! Yo! It made the thing, but it's not showing it on screen. What is this now? Oh, right. Sorry. Count equal to 0. Okay, when I click off, just stop running. God damn. It's printing 4 of them. Why? So I just want to check if my indices are being like given correctly. Okay, so they are. What is 8 and 0? Am I not putting them in indices? I am not. I am all over the place today. Indices dot resize into word indices index indices dot size and should be initialized to 0. मेरी जिंदगी बर्बाद है, मेरी भी जिंदगी बर्बाद solidarity. अभी भी ना. God damn. Use it on a different device, I guess. There's something wrong with your whatever you're viewing it on. Okay, now I've loaded it into the thing, so it should work. I always say should work because it always doesn't work, like right now. And the reason it didn't work is because I didn't put this. I still haven't set up the mesh, so if it prints, I'm going to be very surprised. Yeah, of course, except what? Gave you the indices and things, right? Vaheguru bless you, dear. Vaheguru ji ki khalsa, Vaheguru ji ki fateh. Why is this? Okay, what I want to do is I'm going to call setup mesh, and now that I'm giving it in the constructor, I don't actually need this. मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है जैसे मैं कोई unknown language पढ़ रही हूँ. Oh, don't worry, I feel the same way. Half the time I'm just looking at reference code. Like this, I don't know what this is. What is this? So, what I want to do is, I want to say divide by 2. If this works, I'll tell you why. But if it doesn't, well, if it doesn't, how will I tell you why? Over here, no. Actually, I don't need this anymore. Just get rid of all this. Over here. By 2. Lol. Oh, thank you. Y and Z. मैं भी तेरे साथ हूँ, चिंता ना कर. See, now I have half a square. Why do I have half a square? So I only know how to fix this because I had this problem before, and I think I'm having this problem right now. Arohi, oh, I thought you were talking to me. I feel like dishonored right now. Good, now I have 0 square triangles. At least I had 1 back then. So, one sec. Yeah. Let me just go over what is happening over here, because obviously this is a bit confusing for you guys. Let me just remove the print something. Let me remove it from main as well. So I call load mesh, and what it does is it opens the file which I closed. It's over here. I'll show it to you side by side so you guys can see what's happening, if I can ever manage to bring it to the side. So I hope this is also visible. And this is now, it's not visible. I don't need to show you my solution. The property, yeah. So now that you can see this, hopefully, let's go over it. So first I created a list of vertices and my indices. Vertices are something that just hold 3 floating point values instead of 1. So I created that. I created it twice for some reason. I don't remember why. And then I created it again. I don't need norm indices. So then I created a string stream, which basically means that I'm going to store every line into this, and then I'm going to input it integer by integer or float by float. Then I open my file, and then I created 2 empty strings. Why did I create these strings? Do I ever use them? Yes, I do. Okay, so then I check if my file is open or not. If it is not, then just say I couldn't open the file. Oh, damn, bet you could hear that. So every time I'm able to get a line in my file, yeah, so I say get line, and if it's a hash, so this is just how you get lines. That's it. So, and this prefix is basically this thing, the first character, and it says if my first line is if the line I got is empty, which is the last line. आवाज आ रही है, elbow cough. So if the line that I'm getting, so if let's say I got this line, if it is empty or if it's prefixed by a hash, then I should just ignore it and move on, because a hash is just a comment. There's no way to like interpret this. But if my prefix is a V, then I know that I'm counting my vertices. So when I said, okay, include these like float by float. So what SS does is it says, what these chevrons does basically says is from the stream, take out a float and give it to whatever is on the right hand side. So I gave it X and then I gave it Y and then I gave it Z. So X, Y and Z, like that. And then I divided them all by 2, and the reason I did it is because I haven't created like what's called a transform class just yet. I'm going to do that in my next video, maybe next. भाई 97 हो गया है. What क्या 97? Oh, subscribers, oops. But hey, that's good. Three more to go. Yes, so if my prefix is V, I load these 3 floats line by line. And if my prefix is F, I have to do the same thing for integers. But it works. Why have I done it this way? Oh, that's why it doesn't work. 98, I just subscribed from my mom's account. Ah, damn. Kangana Ranaut will be very angry with me. I have to do this 3 times. So, what? Just create X, Y and Z over here. And X, Y, Z. And here I want to push back X, Y and Z. See, that's why I was explaining it line by line. फिर मैं पिज़्ज़ा खाएगा तेरे 100 सब्सक्राइबर की खुशी में बना के. भाई बनाएगा मुझे भी खिलाना, मैं भी खाना चाहता हूँ. Okay, so if my prefix is F, that means I'm looking at a face. So I have to include these 3 indices, and I'm going to do it the same way I did it for float. So X, Y and Z, and then I just push them back. But since I don't have, since I'm using an unsigned int instead of a vec3, I have to push them back 3 times. So now when I run this, should give me at least a square. Give me a square. Well, a breakpoint is also fine. Oh, good, thanks. And I clicked retry again. Why did I click retry? So, what's up with you guys? Because I'm a moron right now. Just stop and run again. Fine. Vector subscript out of range. What are you drinking? ना तू सिर्फ अभी देख लास्ट वाला देखा था ना, तू वैसे ही बस इस बार नॉनवेज वाला रहेगा. डैम. और अकेले अकेले खाएगा. Hey, please don't proselytize on my channel. Come on, Ashish. And Arohi, I'm drinking coffee. This is as far as I can show you without spilling it all over my keyboard. हाँ, मेरे आवाज शीशी मानो जैसे तो एकदम नहीं है. Okay, why aren't you working? Just work. Wait, why did it give me 12 then? Oh, it's not even coming here. Fine. Let's print the size of the vertices. Let's see if my vertices are the problem. Oh, and Abhinav asked what the transform class is. For that, I'll have to open Unity. Stop working. Just see, it wasn't able to load my vertices either. So that means that I had a problem somewhere over here. And I'm beginning to see why. It's doing it right first time. Wait, how can I... What? I've done something very drastically wrong. So if this is my vertex, sorry, this is a one. Let me remove these. So I load 5, 3 and 1. So 5, 3, 1. Maybe it's x minus equal to 1. Maybe the indices have to be decremented. Yeah, of course the indices. I was decrementing the vertex. That's why it wasn't working. Yeah, look, now I have a different problem. But look at that. Where's my 8 this things? So can't read it now. 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so I have 8 these things, and from 10 through 21. So 11 into 3. I should have 33. My maths is wrong, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. See? It was wrong. So I should have 36 indices, which I do have. Next time, array list merge intervals and sliding window maximum, please done it, sir. What is sliding window maximum? And what is array list merge intervals? I don't know what that is either. Let's fix one problem at a time though. Why am I here? Indices. See, I shouldn't have closed that one in my other file. Now I'm regretting it. If any of you guys know what's up, do let me know. Don't leave me to stew in my own horror. Yeah, I should lean on this side. This is my good side. Questions there. Okay, fine. Break time. Let's look at what Arohi is talking about. Merge intervals. I spelled word. It could merge intervals. Given a collection of intervals, merge all overlapping intervals. What? जो मुझे आज तक नहीं आए ना कभी आएंगे. Hey, don't be so hard on yourself. I'm sure तुझे आएंगे. It takes practice. सर पे practice करके. Like I have no idea what this is. क्या है ये? Give it 1 3 and 2 6 and it gives you 1 6 and 8 10 and 10. So let's look at the solution directly because they gave it to us. Sort. Oh wow, you can sort. So it just sorted and it checked if no interval dot get 0. Okay. Go on interview bit. Okay, let's go to interview bit. Coding interview question. Oh wow, I could have done this instead. You have to create an account. I don't want to create an account. Alright, let's just go through this. No, it doesn't say. Let's just look. Interview bit. Merge intervals. Okay, so it had 1 3 6 9 and insert and merge 2 5. So 1 and 5 and then 6 and 9. Why? Okay, fine. I think I got it. It overlaps with 3 files. Make sure the intervals are also sorted. Sign up to solve. Well, I'm not solving. The expected output. Well, okay, I'll attempt it. I don't know, tomorrow. Not tomorrow. I'll attempt it on Sunday if I have the time. Till then, let's just look at this. They did a bunch of they sorted it first and then they said you will get okay, so for every interval it checked if intervals dot size. One sec. Okay, so for all these intervals what it did was it said let's say you have 1 3. So it took 1 3 and then it checked if the interval that it is going to return, it set its start to what we wanted it to be, and then it kept extending the end such that if c dot start is less than t dot end. So what is t? Where is t? Over here. So if I have 1 3, so I add it into my interval and then I move on. And then when I go to 2 6, what it says is c dot start, which is, so 2 is, if 2 is less than 3, which it is. Interval is a class. Yeah, interval is a class, and what it has is it seems to have 2 integers, start and end. That's it. So it says okay, if the start of this value is greater than this value, then this should be my new end point, and then this value was not greater than this value, so it's like okay, fine, that's the end of this terminal. Okay, yeah, I can probably solve this. Baad mein I read the solution, so now I understand it. Okay, let's get back to this nonsense. Wait, transform class. So let's say I have this cube. So in Unity, Yeah, so this cube over here, if I want to move it, I give my transform an x, y and z coordinate. So I'm able to move it like on the x axis, the y axis and the z axis. And then with the scale I'm able to move it like this. So right now that cube was 100 by 5 by 100. The ideal square is like this. This is what I loaded into my game engine, and it took up the whole screen. So when I divided it by 2, what I did was I said, okay, if it's 1, divide by 2, then divide by 2 again, and then divide by 2 again. So now what happened was that my cube is still in the same ratio, but it's smaller, so it fits my screen. That's it. Now I'm gonna have to undo all this because it's not how I want it. This broke my level design. So I'm gonna close this. And let's get back to my game engine, which is on the wrong window now. So chances are I made some changes when I was trying to run it like through my own code, and that's why I made it wrong. I think it should be GL clockwise. I should just disable backface culling altogether. It's a different color, right? Yes, it's a different color. What does that mean? I'm sure it means something, I just don't know what. No, don't color faces. Maybe it's over here. Fine, I'm gonna give up. I'm gonna go to my original code. I don't know what I did last time. Yeah, I was in a different headspace. So I load the mesh, and then when I go to mesh.h, what the hell did I do? Yo, what is this? Should I just copied this instead of all that nonsense? I'm going to do it now. And if I don't, I can just undo it. Yeah, no. See, I immediately caught that error, like after I hit run. Back 3. Oh, okay. I think I got it. This is much worse. I like my old code better. At least it showed me something. Why did I disable backface culling? I don't think I did. Yes, I did. So I thought, okay, let's do backface culling right now. You know, when I explain it, I understand it myself. Like, yeah. So let's say I have a cube. Let's pretend this is what cubes look like. I can try to be neater. So right now we know that this is the front of a cube, and what we want to do is we divide it into faces. So every face is just a triangle basically. like this. So these are all my front faces. This is not a hexagon, this is a cube. So let's say this is my front face. What happens is, actually all of these are front faces. This is what I can see. So if I want to draw, let's say, these coordinates, what OpenGL does is it sees, okay, I want to, if I'm going to draw them, I'm going to start with this one, then I'm going to come to here, and then I'm going to come to here. So it goes like this. Let me use a different color pen. Yeah, so it's going like this. That means that it's going clockwise. So it knows that this is my front face. But if this exact face were, now let's say I rotate this cube 180 degrees. Now the 3 points that I had to draw are over here, here, and over here, somewhere behind the cube. So now when it tries to draw the face, the exact same face, what it does is it goes from here like this. Now it's going counterclockwise. So if it's going counterclockwise, you can say, okay, this means that my image should be backwards. And if it is backwards, then I don't need to waste time drawing it because I won't be able to see it, because it's behind something. That's basically what that means. So when I gave it a front face and then I said, okay, cull whatever the back face is, and then I said, okay, now you should enable cull face, then it does that. That's it. And now I don't know which one is correct actually. There's like 5, 3, 1, right? So 5 is you go left, you go up, you go front. No, you go back. Let's pretend you go back. Then 3 is 1, 1 and 1, I think. Yeah, it's 1, 1 and 1. So you go here, 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 like this. So like this and one more somewhere over here. It went this way, so that means that, what way is this? It's counterclockwise. So counterclockwise is correct. I hope you guys are having fun, by the way, watching me just spin my arms around. I hate this color, it looks disgusting. So it's either the way I'm drawing the mesh or the way I'm sending it. Maybe if I did -1 over here. It's a different color, making some changes. But do I need to pass this? Let's just give it vert and let's see what happens. That was the issue. हाँ पर चलेगा. Okay, fine. We didn't need the second this. See, that's what you get for copying. Okay, that's the whole losers never cheat or whatever. Winners never copy. If you copied, you failed. And I don't need indices either then. Let's remove all this. Indices. Yo! I forgot how to spell indices. You did it, yay. And I can just remove this as well. I just needed these two. So now when I run it, I have the same square on my screen, but this time I loaded it from a file. So what's the point? That's what you guys are probably thinking, right? So let's say I have I don't know, pot obj. Oh damn, what a teapot. So if I click on this, oh wow, okay, I'm gonna copy this and it's, yeah, okay, good. So I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna paste it here and save. It's 10,000 lines, right? And when I click play, it does this. I don't know what this is. It was supposed to be a teapot. Oh no. I'm proud of you, Tanuj. You did it exactly the way I taught you. Arohi, why did you teach me this? This is something. This is definitely something. And I think I know what it is. Because see, when it's a cube, you can't tell. Because even if the faces overlap, there's no way of like properly knowing. Sorry, Y and then Z. But now I should have a teapot on screen. This is the same thing. What do you want? What do you want? Plus equal to 1. Is this 0 indexed or not? 0. Oh, good. Sorry. No, it's 1 indexed. So it should work. Okay, you know what? I think I should solve that later. So I'm gonna see you guys on Sunday, and on Sunday, let me just show you what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be doing the Hacker Rank Preparation Kit, dictionaries and hash maps. Now, it is 2 easies and 3 mediums. Last time I solved the mediums in like 15 minutes, so let's hope that that's what happens this time as well. And if not, you guys will be there to laugh at me. So it's a win-win-win. So I'll see you guys on Sunday at 4 o'clock. Send you guys a message. I'll send a tweet. So be sure to follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. I'm at DaSerialGenius. Q&A session. Sure. Do you have any cues? Done, thank you. And please inform thoda jaldi. Yeah, definitely. I'll tell you guys in like an hour or 2 in advance. And thanks for watching. I really I'm very thankful for you guys for watching right now. Like, it feels really good. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on Sunday. Inqilab Zindabad. Inqilab Zindabad. Every day. दिल में है मेरे ये देश की मिट्टी. Bye.